Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning. That wonderful, beautiful, incredible, magnificent reminder that you get to choose the same way that I do. We all get to choose what things mean. Remember, everything is fundamentally meaningless. Everything just is. Nothing is good or bad. It's our thinking that makes it so. I'm going to say that again. Nothing is good or bad. It's our thinking that makes it so. If you were to just dive into that one sentence and use that throughout your days, you would harness incredible power inside of you. You'd feel amazing, you'd feel like you're in control. You wouldn't be a victim of circumstances, conditions, or results. Now, why is that the case? Why would that take place? Well, simply because of an adjustment in your thinking. Remember, the meanings that you give things, they lead you onto a vibratory state. And that vibratory state is the attractive force in your life. It determines what you go to, it determines what comes to you. It also determines what's repelled by you and what you're repelled by. The point being is that it's all in you. It's a choice that you have. Write this in your notes. I always have a choice. Now, what's the choice I'm referring to? I'm referring to a thought process. You always have a choice about how you're going to think. Nothing can stop you from thinking. You can think what you please. If to think is to form, you can form what you please. How many times have you heard me say that? A lot, right? Well, maybe right now something's clicked. Whoa, I see something different. I hope that's the case. But now, again, really grab onto that. There's a power in you that you can use, which will give you access to this infinitude of power if you'll just use that thinking substance. That's what we engage with here in these wonderful calls, right? Tapping into the master key system, which gives you incredible insight about the workings of your mind. But again, remember the knowledge that's in here is static. The only way that this becomes power is when you use it. So I'm going to remind you again, use it. Use it as if your life depends on it. Now, before we proceed to go further, I want to give you another reminder. There's a beautiful book on Amazon that just came out called The Subconscious Code. An amazing book that will help you to organize what's happening inside. It'll help you to get a good, clear picture of your mind. Now, remember why that's important. The reason why that's important is because we think in pictures. Think of a dog. Do you see the word DOG? Oh, now you do because I said DOG. But even with that, you got order in your mind because you see the word dog. But in terms of the dog, when you see dog in the beginning, you actually see an animal. If you have a dog, you probably see your dog. See, that gives you order, which is why this is amazing. This is, without question, the most valuable idea that I've ever come across. Now, yes, am I saying the same thing that Bob said? Of course I am. But you know why I'm saying it? Because it is. It is the most valuable idea that I've ever come across. Because think about for you, you know that you've got to change your mind, right? You do. Well, there's a big problem. What does your mind look like? Nobody knows. And by the way, this doesn't mean that this is what the mind is, but it is a good representation to give you clarity. And because there is something to work with, it'll help you to make that change in your mind. So get it, the subconscious code. Now, you should have your goal card with you. Make sure that you have this, that you're one with it. Remember, this is not going to become a material fact if it's just an idea that's out there floating. No, it's got to be in your heart. As you thinketh in your heart, so are you. And impress this into your subconscious mind. And the way you do that is by being loyal to this idea, which leads us to where we're going to go in this book. We're going to tap into the last section that we left off with. So let's go there. Here we go. All right. This is number 23. It's on page 64. The subconscious mind cannot argue controversially. Your subconscious mind doesn't argue with you. This is so funny. Oh my God. Hence, if it has accepted wrong suggestions, the sure method of overcoming them is by the use of a strong counter suggestion. Write this in your notes. If I don't want it, don't think it. If I don't want it, don't think it. I recently did a live, and someone within the live was talking about, oh, but my health isn't good and I can't do that much right now. And I said, you need to change that. I instructed the individual to write the opposite, say, I am healthy, I am strong. Have you heard this before? Let the weak man say, I am strong. That's a principle. It may be a fact that you're going through what you're going through. It may be a fact that the circumstances, conditions, and results are not favorable to you. Now, let me ask you this question. If you give that attention, if you keep looking at that, what's happening? You're inviting that image into your mind. Well, your subconscious mind has habits that are attached to that. They're associated to that outcome. And whenever you talk about that, whatever that is that you don't want, all you're doing is inviting more of the same patterns of thinking, which is leading you to see that. You're just unknowingly reinforcing the pattern. Now, you notice how I said unknowingly? You're not doing it on purpose. See, this is where you've got to override it. You've got to use your conscious thought to make the suggestion that's otherwise and impress that upon your subconscious mind. Exactly as what Robert Collier shares in The Secret of the Ages, that beautiful paragraph that I repeat over and over again. The secret of all power, all success, all riches is in first thinking powerful thoughts, successful thoughts, thoughts of wealth, of supply. We must build them in our own mind first. So you've got to have a strong counter suggestion, frequently repeated, which the mind, more specifically the subconscious mind, must accept, thus eventually forming new and healthy habits of thought and life, for the subconscious mind is the seat of habit. Another way for you to see this is change what's in your heart, and you'll change your life. What's in the heart? What is the heart? The heart is your subconscious mind. change what's in here. Conscious mind, subconscious mind. See, hear, smell, taste, and touch. Whatever you hold here gets impressed here. And it gets impressed here automatically if it's held here. Whatever you give attention to, you get more of, multiplied. You want health? Get emotionally involved with health, not sickness. You want wealth? Get emotionally involved with wealth, not poverty. I love what Wallace Waddles shares about riches. You'll never be able to be rich, which means do rich things and have wealth in your life, if you make a study of poverty. If you make important that opposite.